LeBron James is one of the most successful people to ever live, and today I'm going to cover how LeBron James became an extremely successful investor. Welcome back to Stars and Sports. Let's get into the video. Number 2, multiple investments. Being the NBA's highest paid athlete with an estimated net worth of a jaw-dropping $450 million, LeBron James is one of the wealthiest men in the league. Additionally, with 4 MVPs and 3 NBA championships, the man got it all. In fact, the LA contract, the big guy is already on his way to join Kobe Bryant and Kevin Garnett as the NBA's only $300 million player. While LeBron might have the money to brag, basketball insiders claim that he is even frugal to make even more money. He's not just content with being good and passionate basketball player, he's also a savvy businessman. Even the world's top financier, Warren Buffett, says he's savvy. He's smart about financial matters. It's amazing to me the maturity he exhibits. So you might be wondering, where does LeBron James invest his $100 million fortune? Here are LeBron James' biggest money investments. What are they? Off the court, James makes a lot of money. He earns about $55 million every year from his endorsements alone. Annually, the king himself can rake in as much as $88.2 million. That's a lot of money, we know. But what makes his net worth a lot bigger is his savvy business skills. Firstly, he's a silent investor on Beats by Dre. If there's one word that can describe King James when it comes to his business deals, it will be slick. In fact, without anybody knowing, the basketball star quietly invested in Beats by Dre and made a heart-stopping $700 million. According to his former teammate Kendrick Perkins, James bought the shares in the headphones brand way back in 2008. As Perkins said, when Dr. Dre got the big contract for the Beats by Dre, that is when they wrote him a check. LeBron James got $700 million off it. He was a silent investor in the Beats and nobody knows this. Perkins was in awe of LeBron's business savvy skills and that's why he calls him to wait for it, the chosen one. LeBron worked with Dre to become a brand ambassador and made $30 million from a partnership. Eventually, he ended up having a part ownership of the company. Perkins even admits that he is a tiny bit jealous when he told King James that I hate you because everything you touch turns into gold. When you think about it, it's a hearty compliment. Furthermore, he has a 2% stake in Liverpool FC. Just last month, Liverpool FC won the Premier League. But did you know that with the club's winning, LeBron is also cashing in on his investments? It's true. When Michael Jordan chose to own a 90% stake with the Charlotte Hornets, LeBron started with something a little bit more conservative. Back in 2011, he chose to buy a 2% stake in Liverpool FC. It might sound pretty big, but his initial investments began with $6.5 million. Eventually, the club rose in value along with LeBron's investments. Right now, Liverpool is valued at $2.13 billion, and with a 2% stake, King James makes a sweet $43.6 million. Eventually, the club arose in value along with LeBron's investments. Right now, Liverpool is valued at $2.13 billion, and with a 2% stake, King James makes a sweet $43.6 million. That's 6 times more than his initial investment. Are you still not convinced that he is the chosen one? Well, don't worry, because the next thing will surely blow your mind. The pizza franchise. We're not sure why fast food giants like getting athletes as their endorsers. Maybe it's because of their huge post-game meals. Well, whatever the reason is, it seems to work. Fast food giants have worked with world-famous athletes like Michael Jordan and Larry Bird from McDonald's, and yes, King James as well. However, he decided to drop his multi-million-dollar deal in favor of his pizza franchise. You heard it right. LeBron James loves his pizza so much that he decided to invest in the industry. After his 2017 deal with McDonald's ended, he dropped the $15 million extensions so he can give his full commitment to his pizza chain startup, Blaze Pizza. According to the reports, LeBron James even owns 2 pizza franchises, one in Chicago and one in Florida. And with the rapid growth of Blaze Pizza, he is currently in 21 locations. According to Forbes, the Blaze is the fastest growing restaurant chain of all time, and that is a piece of really good news for LeBron. Especially when ESPN reported that his investment is worth a minimum of $40 million, plus he's a paid endorser. What a way to make money. Well, as James explains it, I was like, who doesn't like pizza? I don't know a single person in the world who does not like pizza. James has also invested in an entertainment company. Aside from his pizza franchise, sports team, and tech, LeBron has his own production company called Spring Hill Entertainment. It creates TV shows like The Wall and Survivor's Remorse, as well as a remake of the famous and most beloved film House Party. In Los Angeles, LeBron is living a good life in the entertainment capital of the world, so aside from having his own production company, he also launched his first media company called Uninterrupted. According to the sides of the LinkedIn page, it is an athlete empowerment brand. Also, it is built on the radical idea that all athletes should have a platform to express themselves without intermediaries. If you're not dizzy with the range of LeBron's investments, well, there are a few top things we would like to add to this list. The Health and Wellness Company. Being an athlete, LeBron knows a thing or two about fitness, so it's no surprise that he invested in a health and wellness company called Ladder. LeBron James, Cindy Crawford, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Lindsey Vonn partnered up to create a ladder fitness and well-being venture, becoming the first celebrities to sell their products rather than only promoting the brands of other companies. The latter will release the 4 main products: 2 protein powders, a greens powder, and an energy powder, as well as material based on healthy living. The company told CNBC that Ladder, a diet business founded by basketball star LeBron James and actor Arnold Schwarzenegger, was sold to the technology fitness site OpenFit. According to OpenFit CEO John Congdon, the tech company bought Ladder from customers, including investment from firm Main Street Advisors. Contract terms have not been made public. Congdon said James and Schwarzenegger will keep on as a minority owner in an interview with CNBC on Tuesday and assist with potential advertising material. "We want to expand the brand," Congdon said, adding that Ladder's dietary supplements will be included in subscription offers. It will market its products, which it claims are approved by the research company NSF International, as subscriptions on wearladder.com directly to customers. Building a brand from the ground up is challenging and dangerous, particularly without the help of a large organization that is accustomed to manufacturing celebrity-branded perfume and sneakers. His business ideas are amazing. Number 1, background. At the age of 18, LeBron James turned down a life-changing check of $10 million to sign with Reebok and return to high school the next day. As for who he signed for, the company that offered significantly less, Nike, a deal LeBron called the best business deal he had ever made. Though he was only 18, this decision would act as a precedent for LeBron James' future business ventures. That is to put long-term legacy over short-term gains. A strategy that would lead into a business portfolio of some of the fastest-growing companies in the world and reshape the way sports media work. This is the story of how LeBron James went from the projects of Akron, Ohio to develop the strongest athlete value chain in all the sports. As a high school student, LeBron was one of the most highly anticipated NBA prospects in history. Celebrities, sports stars, and even Nike co-founder Phil Knight all came to watch his game. It was not uncommon for his hometown high school team to have games move from their small gymnasium to larger arenas to meet demand. No matter the size, all games would sell out. One game in his senior year sold out the 20,000 seats Gunda Arena, home of the Cleveland Cavaliers, the state's NBA team who could only average attendance of less than 12,000 per game. Yet whilst it seemed everyone was profiting from the hype surrounding the Chosen One, from Adidas paying only $15,000 to supply the high school with their products to ESPN, showcasing LeBron to a national science audience on his first televised game in December 2002, LeBron as an amateur was making no financial return on these deals. When the first opportunity to make serious money arose for LeBron in the form of a shoe war between Nike, Adidas, and Reebok, he made the most of the media circus surrounding him. As a senior, LeBron started varying his brand choice, aware all eyes were on his upcoming business decisions. For Adidas basketball camps, he would wear Nike. At Nike events, he would wear Adidas, continually toying with the brands as meetings approached. However, in a sport where business negotiations can be much like an early scene from Jerry Maguire, in LeBron's case, money was not the main deciding factor for his business choices. LeBron received offers incomparable to any other rookie in sports history when Reebok offered him a $10 million upfront check and over $100 million in guarantees. LeBron was lost for words. To put it into perspective, Kobe Bryant, coming off winning 3 successive NBA championships, only received a $40 million 4-year deal from Nike that same year. Yet despite the huge offer from Reebok, unlike other athletes, LeBron realized something. He realized he was going to be making a deal for life. He did not think about the first check at that time. He thought about all of them. This was the initial sign of a business mindset that would shape LeBron into the man he is today. He would end up signing with Nike on a 7-year, $90 million deal. The temptations to follow in the footsteps of his idol Michael Jordan, whose number 23 he had worn on his jersey throughout high school, and follow a similar branding and partnership deal with Nike in the future, was an offer he felt could not turn down. The long-term vision paid off. In 2015, LeBron signed a lifetime deal with Nike with an estimated value of $1 billion, the first of its kind in the company's history. Companies wanted a part of LeBron James as he was a high school sensation. Throughout his year, he has landed a sponsorship deal with a variety of businesses. His most well-known sponsor is Nike, with whom he signed a multi-year deal a few years ago. The King also has landed Dre, Walmart, Kia Motors, and several other deals with Beats. How much does James make for all the sponsorship deals from this? James receives $60 million a year from endorsements, according to Forbes. When you add in his NBA salary, King James receives up to $90 million a year. These are unquestionably royal riches. According to Forbes, James is the highest paid NBA player. Companies are likely to pay a high price for James' services, but having one of the best athletes on the planet promote their product is well worth it. James has been with 3 firms in most of all of his endorsement deals. Ever since his rookie season, Nike, Upper Deck, and Coca-Cola have been all with James. Upon joining the league, LeBron's marketability continued to rise. By the end of 2003, he was the 4th highest endorsed athlete in the world. Only Tiger Woods, Michael Schumacher, and David Beckham was being paid more off the field.
Looking for his first assist. And what a great play! First assist of the half is a highlight reel to Dwight.
This brings us to the end of our video. I hope you enjoyed it. Hit like if you did, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on any of our videos in the future. Also watch the 2 videos that are on your screen because I'm sure you'll love them. With that, I'll see you in the next video. So long.